Director General of Tourism Vernice Joaquin addressed St. John's College students recently during National Tourism Week. The 30-year tourism veteran reminded students that the #1 reason why people visit the Bahamas is still the beaches.
We are working with somebody who's known as Dr. Beach. His real name is actually Dr. Stephen Leatherman, but he's a renowned expert on beaches. And he is currently in the Bahamas taking a look at our beaches because he's doing a special for television, which will feature the beaches of the Bahamas, and the series is called In Search of the World's Best Beaches. So even Dr. Beach knows that the best beaches are here in the Bahamas.
Addressing the theme celebrating the diversity, Ms. Joaquin says that we also need to celebrate diversity in the islands of the Bahamas.
People don't really know what our islands means. They don't understand what family islands means either. So we're beginning to call these islands by name so that people become familiar with the name. Very successful at doing that with the Miss Universe event, which we held very recently. But we've been able to negotiate some new airline services into a number of our family islands as well, into Treasure Key in Abaco, into Governor's Harbor, into North Eleuthera, and then into Georgetown a little bit later, which will allow people to fly from Miami directly into those island destinations on American Eagle. So we're talking about there an additional 83,200 airline seats going into those various islands over the course of the next year.
The Bahamas is the largest cruise ship destination in the Western Hemisphere, with 7 ports located throughout our islands. Ms. Joaquin says the cruise line industry has been using some very aggressive marketing strategies, and subsequently several new ports have opened up along the eastern seaboard of the United States. This means that Grand Bahama is set to gain substantially.
Grand Bahama Island, where Freeport is perfectly positioned geographically to be the port that those ships leaving from Boston, Baltimore, New York, and so on will call. It's the only destination because they have to have an offshore port or an offshore destination in order to qualify for tax-exempt status, and Grand Bahama is it.
With Grand Bahama so perfectly positioned to receive these new cruise ships, the Director General says that Grand Bahama will also have a new cruise ship port, which is set to be completed by late 2011. Tourism officials estimate that with the opening of this new port, Grand Bahama's cruise ship passenger arrivals should leap from 300,000 to 1 million people annually. For the Tourism Today Network, I'm Gina Rogers-Seeley.